Okay, let's just jump right in. If you're approaching retirement, or maybe you're about to lose your employer-sponsored health coverage, you are likely staring down the barrel of Medicare enrollment. And if there is one single thing you absolutely want to get right, it's signing up for Medicare Part B. Doing this online is fast, it's highly secure, and honestly, it's the absolute best way to prevent those incredibly stressful processing delays and completely avoid those costly late enrollment penalties. So, welcome to this explainer. Whether you are a complete beginner trying to navigate this whole Medicare maze, or you just want to make absolutely sure you cross every T and dot every I, we're going to hold your hand through the exact steps to get your Part B coverage set up. We are completely bypassing the bureaucratic headaches, we're skipping the long lines at the local office, and we're going to navigate this digital application seamlessly together. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll quickly hit Section 1 on Medicare Part B basics, move right into Section 2 on preparing to apply online, go over Section 3, which is the online application step-by-step, cover Section 4 on avoiding common application pitfalls, hit Section 5 for after you hit submit, and finally wrap things up with Section 6 for our takeaways and mandatory disclaimer. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Medicare Part B basics. Before we actually start filling out any forms, we really need to understand exactly what we're applying for here and why timing is literally everything. Well, Medicare Part A covers your hospital stays. Part B is your medical insurance. It covers things like outpatient care and doctor's visits. It is essentially your day-to-day healthcare engine. Now, unlike Part A, which most people actually get premium-free, you do have to pay a monthly premium for Part B. And listen, if you don't sign up when you're supposed to, you could get hit with a late enrollment penalty that lasts for as long as you have Medicare. No one wants that. To give you absolute clarity on the financial commitment, the standard monthly premium for Medicare Part B enrollees in 2026 is exactly $202.90. That premium is usually just deducted straight out of your Social Security benefit. Now, depending on your income, some high-income earners might pay a bit more due to income-related adjustments, but for 2026, $202.90 is the standard baseline. Knowing that number right now really helps you budget for your transition into retirement. Moving right along to Section 2, preparing to apply online. Okay, the absolute secret to a stress-free digital application is doing your homework first. Gathering your documents before you even log into the government portal transforms what could be a frustrating hour into a seamless 10-minute process. If you are over 65 and you delayed getting Part B because you kept working and had health coverage through your employer, this is your golden ticket. It's called the Special Enrollment Period, or SEP. The SEP gives you an 8-month window to enroll in Part B completely free of those lifetime late penalties. That window starts the month after your employment ends or your group health plan ends, whichever happens first. So the most crucial part here is getting all your materials together. Think of this as your pre-flight checklist. You're going to need your existing Medicare number, which you can easily find on your red, white, and blue Part A card. You'll also need your Social Security number, a valid email address that you check regularly, and an active login.gov or ID.me account, just to authenticate your identity. But here's the big one. You absolutely need Form CMS L564. That's the Request for Employment Information form. You have to get your employer to fill out and sign their portion of this form before you apply. Why? Because this is the proof that you had prior coverage, which is exactly what excuses you from those late penalties. All right, Section 3. Online application step-by-step. Let's do this.
So, you've got your paperwork, your employer form is signed, and you are totally ready to go. Let's navigate the actual portal. First up, you'll head over to ssa.gov/Medicare/sign-up/Part B only. You'll click the button to get started and log in using your ID.me or login.gov credentials. Once you're inside, you just agree to the terms of service and begin the digital form CMS-40B. The system is actually pretty smart. It's going to auto-populate a lot of your basic demographic data for you. As you go through it, you'll hit a section asking you to upload documents. This is exactly where you digitally attach that signed CMS L564 employer form. You literally just drag and drop the PDF right into the application. Finally, it'll ask you to provide an electronic signature.
But wait, before you finish, I want to share a massive insider tip with you. When you're filling out the digital application, you are going to encounter a remarks section. Whatever you do, do not leave this blank. You need to explicitly type this exact phrase. I want Part B coverage to begin, followed by the specific month and year you need it to start. So, for example, 11/26 for November 2026. This is absolutely crucial because your coverage effective date needs to match up with the last day of your group coverage so you don't experience a gap in your insurance. If you just leave that box blank, Social Security has to guess your start date. And trust me, that can cause some massive delays.
Section 4. Avoiding common application pitfalls. We all know government forms can be pretty unforgiving, so let's proactively tackle some common mistakes. A single typo can literally push your application straight into digital purgatory. The absolute #1 reason applications get delayed? A simple identity mix-up. People constantly enter their social security number when the form explicitly asks for their Medicare number. Remember, because you are using the special enrollment period, you already have Part A. That means you already have a unique Medicare number. It is essential to use that specific number. If you use the wrong one, the system will just reject your application until they figure out who you are. And again, like we just talked about, leaving that remarks section blank is a huge error. Always specify your requested start date. Here are just a few more sneaky traps to watch out for. When you get to the electronic signature section, you have to type your first and last name exactly as it appears in your Social Security records. I mean, exactly. No nicknames, no unupdated married names. If for some reason you end up having to print and mail a physical form, never just print your name in the signature box. It has to be a real, written signature. Also, if you and your spouse are both retiring and transitioning to Medicare together, you cannot bundle this. Spouses have to submit completely separate online applications with their own individual CMS L564 employer forms. And lastly, the very second you hit submit, take a screenshot or save your confirmation page as a PDF. You definitely want a receipt proving that you actually applied.
Almost at the finish line, Section 5, after you hit submit. Okay, so you've uploaded the forms, you specified your start date in the remarks, and you clicked submit. Now what? Look, it's totally normal to feel a bit anxious when you're waiting on a government agency, so let's just set some realistic expectations here. The very first thing that happens after submission is that Social Security will send you an email to verify your electronic signature. You have to open your inbox, find that email, and click the secure verification link inside it. If you skip this, your application goes absolutely nowhere. Once you verify, standard processing time is about 2 to 6 weeks while Social Security reviews everything. By the end of that window, assuming all goes well, you'll receive an official decision letter and your newly updated red, white, and blue Medicare card right in your physical mail, which will reflect your new Part B effective date. Now, I absolutely love this insider hack. If you're feeling anxious and you just don't want to wait for the postman to show up, you can actually find out if you've been approved early. You just log back into your My Social Security online account at ssa.gov and look for a document called your Benefit Verification Letter. The moment your application is processed, your new Medicare Part B information and your start date will automatically populate right in the Medicare information section of this digital letter. This usually happens days or even weeks before the physical card ever arrives at your house. Wrapping it all up with Section 6, takeaways, and our mandatory disclaimer. We have covered a lot of ground today, but you are now fully equipped to tackle this whole enrollment process. Let's quickly recap the core takeaways to ensure you get this done perfectly. First, preparation is everything. Do not even start the online application until you have your Medicare number sitting right in front of you and your employer has completed and signed Form CMS L564. Second, use the direct link to apply. Third, take total control of your timeline by explicitly stating your desired start date right there in the remarks section. And finally, remember that hitting submit isn't actually the last step. You have to click that email verification link to officially seal the deal. And of course, as always, I do need to share our mandatory disclaimer. This explainer is for informational purposes only. Medicare can be an incredibly complex system, and rules do change over time. Please make sure to seek professional advice from a licensed insurance broker or contact Medicare directly for guidance that is tailored to your very specific personal circumstances. Well, you are now totally empowered and ready to secure your Part B coverage without all those massive headaches. By following these steps, you're not just protecting your health, you're protecting your wallet too. So what other Medicare mysteries can we demystify for you next? Keep learning, stay organized, and we'll see you in the next explainer.